Hello travelers. Welcome back to my channel. Once again, we dive into exploring wonderful cities around the world. And right now, we're heading to the Big Apple. New York, the bustling city that never sleeps, is a melting pot of cultures, ideas, and eccentricities. In this light-hearted exploration, we'll delve into 15 of the most bizarre and outdated laws that have graced the pages of New York's legal history. For the first one, no horse racing on highways. While this law might seem obvious to us now, it had a practical purpose when it was enacted in the late 19th century. Back then, horse racing was a popular sport, and some daring jockeys attempted to race their horses on the busy city highways, posing a danger to both themselves and motorists. The law was introduced to prevent accidents and to keep the streets safe for everyone. I mean, picture this: a jockey zooming past cars, trying to overtake a honking taxi with a horse named Lightning Legs. It would be a hilarious disaster waiting to happen. Number 2, no dancing in public establishments without a license. During the Prohibition era in the early 20th century, New York City had a vibrant nightlife with speakeasies and dance halls. To regulate these establishments and curb illegal activities, the city required them to obtain licenses for dancing. This law aimed to control gatherings. Imagine a lively group of friends ready to hit the dance floor at their favorite bar, only to be halted by a law requiring the friends to hold a dancing license before hitting the dance floor. Third one, illegal to wear slippers after 10 p.m. As the clock struck 10 p.m., New Yorkers found themselves facing an unexpected curfew for their beloved slippers. Why, you ask? This law, enacted in the 19th century, was intended to address a genuine concern about fire safety. Slippers with loose soles were common at the time, and wearing them near open flames or candles could be hazardous. This law definitely slipped its way into the Oddity Hall of Fame. Next, no honking in front of a sandwich shop. A bustling sandwich shop with customers savoring their lunch while others eagerly wait in line. This law, put in place to maintain a peaceful dining atmosphere, prevented car horns from disrupting the serenity of the dining experience. Was it a culinary crime to disturb the sanctity of sandwich making with a car horn? As hilarious as it sounds, this law had people ordering in hushed tones to avoid sandwich rage. 5. No selfies with tigers. Don't even think about it. As social media took the world by storm, people sought extraordinary selfies to stand out from the crowd. However, in New York, one had to beware of approaching tigers for an Instagram-worthy moment. While this law sounds like it belongs in a modern zoo, it dates back to the early 20th century when circuses and traveling shows with exotic animals were more common. The restriction aimed to protect both the public and the animals from potential harm. Tigers, after all, are wild creatures, and should be admired from a safe distance. For number 6, are you a fan of puppet shows? Well, in New York, puppet shows require a license. The streets of New York have witnessed numerous performers captivating passersby with their artistic talents. However, aspiring puppeteers had to navigate a peculiar obstacle: the requirement of a puppet show license. To regulate these performances and maintain public order, the city required puppeteers to obtain licenses. The process likely involved some scrutiny of their performances to ensure they met certain standards. Another one is flirt fines. In the early 20th century, when societal norms were more conservative, city officials tried to enforce modest behavior. Flirt fines were levied as a tongue-in-cheek way of addressing public displays of affection and unwanted advances. Love may be a battlefield, but in New York, it could also be a costly affair for the overly zealous flirts. Number 8, ice cream cone restrictions. Who knew that enjoying an ice cream cone on a sunny Sunday in New York City could land you in legal trouble? Well, it is illegal to place an ice cream cone in your pocket in public on Sundays. This amusing law was an attempt to prevent messes on Sundays when people flocked to ice cream parlors. The idea of carrying ice cream cones in pockets might have been more common in the past, when the packaging wasn't as efficient as it is today. The law aimed to keep the city clean and avoid sticky situations. One could only imagine the streets filled with cautious ice cream enthusiasts, holding their frozen treats with utmost care to avoid accidental violations. 9. Jumping off buildings. No, you are not Superman. In the land of common sense, there's a not-so-common law. Jumping off a building is illegal. While this may seem like an obvious rule to follow, it begs the question: what circumstances led to this law's creation? It was likely a response to accidents and daredevil stunts that occasionally occurred in the early 20th century. It served as a reminder that, despite the city's towering skyscrapers, safety should always come first. 10th is walking a group of dogs without a permit. Are you a professional dog walker planning to take a pack of pups on a leisurely stroll through the city streets? Not so fast. Be sure to have the necessary permits in hand. New York City requires dog walkers to obtain a permit to walk 4 or more dogs at once. It's a measure to ensure that dog walkers can manage the group effectively and responsibly. Next one, we have no releasing balloons. While balloons might add a festive touch to celebrations, releasing them into the air is prohibited in New York City. This law was enacted to protect the environment and wildlife, as deflated balloons can end up as litter and pose a threat to animals that might mistake them for food. Imagine the confusion on their adorable faces as they stumble upon a deflated balloon that looks like a delicious snack. But, you know what they say, when life deflates your balloon plans, find an eco-friendly alternative. Mother Nature will thank you for it. Another one, chewing gum ban in the subway. New Yorkers may be known for their gumption, but when it comes to chewing gum in the subway, they better think twice. In an effort to keep the city's public transportation clean and functional, the Metropolitan Transportation Authority, MTA, enacted a ban on chewing gum in the subway system. Anyone caught violating this law can face fines or community service. So, while gum enthusiasts may enjoy their chewy treat above ground, they need to stash it away before hopping on the subway. Number 13, no climbing trees in public park. As much as New York City's parks offer a green escape from the urban bustle, climbing trees for that perfect Instagram photo is not allowed. The law aims to protect both the trees and park visitors from potential accidents. Instead, let the trees stand tall and appreciate their natural beauty from the ground. For number 14, no feeding squirrels in public parks. Those sneaky squirrels. They may come up to you with their adorable, beady eyes, begging for a tasty treat from your picnic basket. But little do they know, they're in cahoots with the law. While it might be tempting to share your snack with the adorable squirrels in the city's parks, doing so is against the law. Feeding squirrels can lead to a disruption in their natural behavior and cause issues with the local ecosystem. To maintain a healthy and balanced environment, New York City prohibits feeding these furry critters. Let the squirrels get back to their usual acorn hunting business. Lastly, another law that's supposed to be common sense. In New York, there's a funny law that says you can't throw a ball at someone's head just for fun. Sports and games have always been popular in New York, and this law aimed to prevent playful activities from turning into harmful pranks. That's it. If you enjoyed this delightful tour of New York's quirky laws, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more entertaining adventures from around the world. And don't forget to join our group of travel enthusiasts on Facebook, where the conversation is as vibrant as the Big Apple itself. If you are amazed at this video, also check out a similar one discovering China. Hope you learned something new. I'll see you in the next one.